Hello there, very good evening and a warm welcome to the news live on Rupavahini Channel 9. I'm Sharon Muscreens.
I'm Moin Hetiarachi and here are today's headlines. Sri Lanka's first Faculty of Technology vested with the university students. The date on which the general election is to be held will be declared within the course of this week. The gazette detailing the preferential number of contestants will be issued tomorrow. The President emphasizes that in the forthcoming election period, engaging in party politics will be prohibited for all public sector officials. Discussions become fiery at Sirikota. It has been emphasized that the private bus service should be taken forward systematically, maintaining a quality service. The police department of Minneapolis, USA has been dissolved.
On to the stories in detail now, starting off with local news. Sri Lanka's first Faculty of Technology, constructed at the Technology Park at Pitipana, Homagama and affiliated to the University of Sri Javardhanapura, was vested with the university by Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa today. This is the first technology faculty established in the university network of the country. The faculty has been established with the objective of producing technological graduates to the local and international fields who meet with the demands of the new century. The cost involved has been 3 billion rupees. This college, that can facilitate 1,600 students, comprises many facilities including modern lecture halls, libraries, laboratories, communication and IT equipments. The tutorial staff comprises of 53 lecturers. Before the construction of this faculty, lecturers were conducted at several outside locations. A special commemorative stamp was also issued alongside the inauguration of the new faculty. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena handed this faculty over to the Chancellor of the Sri Javardhanapura University, the chief incumbent of the Kotte Sri Kalyani Samagri Dharma Mahasangha Sabha of the Siam chapter, the Venerable Dr. Ittapane Dhammalankara Thera. The Past Graduates Association of the Sri Lanka Javardhanapura University presented a souvenir to the Prime Minister on his completion of 50 years in politics. The event was attended by Acting Chancellor of the Sri Javardhanapura University, Senior Lecturer Professor Sudhanta Liyanage, the tutorial staff, Vice Chancellor and Deans of the University and many other invitees. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena said that as a Minister of Vocational Training in then-President Mahinda Rajapaksa's government, Minister Dalasala Peruma requested him to include vocational subject stream into the advanced level curriculum as he was then Minister of Education. He said that the minister made this request as the children of the country were not keen in enrolling into technical and technological schools in the country. The minister said that he looked into the possibility of introducing a technology stream into the education system in the country along with other major streams. He said that then President Mahinda Rajapaksa established 250 technological labs in 251 schools in the country. The minister said that this stream was introduced owing to the then President and current Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. He said that they managed to establish Mahinda Rajapaksa School and produce the second highest ordinary level results in the country within a short span of 2 years. He then said that those students and teachers received prizes for obtaining higher results in exams, and principal of the school attempted to present a memento to him as well. He then said the biggest honor that anyone could bestow on him for his services would be to conduct his final rites at the Mahinda Rajapaksa School grounds.
On to more news. Chairman of the Elections Commission, Mahinda Deshapriya, says the date on which the general election is to be held will be declared within the course of this week. Meanwhile, the Gazette notification with the preferential numbers of the candidates contesting the election will be issued tomorrow. A special discussion on the election day and the future activities was held at the Election Commission, presided over by the chairman of the Election Commission, Mahinda Deshapriya, today. Members of the commission, N.J. Sekara and Professor Ratna Jeevan Hool, also joined in the discussion. Whilst other participants were Election Commissioner General Samanshri Ratnayaka, Additional Election Commissioner Rasika Piris, and the Secretary to the Election Commission, HMTD Herath. A media briefing was held after the discussion, which lasted around 5 hours. Chairman of the Election Commission, Mahinda Deshapriya, said the contestants of the election are in anticipation of receiving their preferential numbers. Therefore, the Gazette notification in this regard will be issued tomorrow. The chairman of the Election Commission further stated that the Gazette notification declaring the date of the election will be released within the course of this week. He explained that the election day will be on a date within 60 to 70 days after the date on which the health guidelines were submitted to the Commission. Therefore, the election day will not be in the month of June.
President Gotabaya Rajapaksa emphasizes that chairpersons and director board members appointed by his government for public sector organizations, including state corporations and statutory boards, should not engage in political party propaganda activities during the forthcoming election period. The President states that if a particular official needs to engage in party politics, such an official should legally resign from his post. The President's media division states that the President Gotabaya Rajapaksa does not at all expect the heads and officials of state institutions to engage in politics for the government. They are only expected to convert the organizations entrusted to them into efficient, corruption-free, productive, disciplined and profit-earning institutions. State institutions are maintained by public finances, therefore they should not be a burden to the public. The President emphasizes that physical assets such as vehicles and other equipment, as well as financial resources of ministries, departments, corporations and statutory boards should not be used for election propaganda activities of any political party in the election process. Steps will be taken to strictly enforce the law against state officials who breach this rule. The President and the government are determined to create a strong nation and an economy, a just society and a people-centric political culture. Therefore, the President expects the fullest support of the heads of the officials of state institutions.
The government printer commenced the printing of ballot papers after the courts dismissed the petition pertaining to the postponement of the general election. Thereby, the printing of ballot papers in certain districts is already complete. Ballot papers are being printed upon the directive of the Election Commission, and thereby the printing of ballot papers in several districts was underway. However, yesterday certain websites have reported that the printing of ballot papers has been suspended. Speaking to our reporters, government printer Gangani Lianage emphasized that such reports are totally false.
Deposits into the Itukama COVID-19 Healthcare and Social Security Fund have exceeded 1,250 million rupees through donations made by organizations and individuals as well as direct deposits. The proceeds of drive-in concert musical show were handed over by the organizing committee headed by Bhathiya Jayakodi and Santosh Veeraman to the President today. Attorney-at-Law Dhananjay Abeyewardena contributed 100,000 rupees, while Sabaragamuwa Province Passenger Transport Authority donated 226,919 rupees, with the Western Province Passenger Transport Authority donating 1,450,484 rupees. The North Central Province Passenger Transport Authority donated 158,746 rupees. Chief Adhikarana Sangha Nayaka of the North Central Division, Venerable Mavatteva Gunananda Thera, has contributed 100,000 rupees. SJ Motors has contributed 30,000 rupees. Isru Traders Private Limited has made a contribution of 200,000 rupees, and the Colombo Plan Institute has donated 1,832,500 rupees. Meanwhile, a young girl by the name of Rohansa Hettiarachchi has gifted 7,500 rupees. Thereby, the current balance of the Itukama COVID-19 Healthcare and Social Security Fund has reached 1,250,306,569 rupees. Donations to the fund can be made by cheque or telegraph, cash transfers, and also by accessing the website www.itukama.lk or by contacting #207#. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa points out that the private bus service should be taken forward through systematic planning whilst providing the public with a quality service. The President has advised for the long-standing issue pertaining to the bus timetables to be extensively inquired into and for a joint timetable to be decided upon with the National Transport Commission, the Provincial Passenger Transport Authority and the Ministry of Transport. The President expressed these views at a discussion held at the Presidential Secretariat today on issues faced by private bus owners. At the discussion, it was also observed that motor accidents reported on a daily basis are on the rise. The police state that around 7 deaths are reported every day. It has been observed that private buses are involved in many of the accidents. The President advised the relevant sections to focus their attention on this matter and take steps to reduce the number of accidents. At the discussion, bus owners associations pointed out that for various reasons, private bus owners have had to pay some to certain groups. The President inquired further into the matter and advised the officials to take steps to halt such payments immediately. The President also emphasized on the importance of having a separate colour for CTB buses and school service buses. The President also stated that paying adherence to the health and safety guidelines mandated by the health authorities to prevent the spread of the COVID-19 disease, the number of passengers that are transported need to be limited to a number of seats. At the discussion, it was also focused on granting a 300,000 rupee loan for repairs to be effected for buses in which technical faults have been identified, as such buses were not deployed in services during the curfew period. The President also advised the officials to strictly monitor the hygiene level of eateries at which buses stop on the way for refreshments.
Trade unions of the United National Party convened at the party headquarters at Sirikota under the patronage of party leader, former Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe today. Addressing the participants, former Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe advised that the party needs to learn a lesson from the presidential election. The former Premier pointed out that it was the deputy leader of the party, Sajid Premadasa, who was fielded as the presidential candidate. However, at the end, the opposing candidate, incumbent President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, secured victory with a margin of 1.4 million votes. Former Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe also noted that if the votes of the Tamil minorities were deducted, this margin broadens. The former Premier observed that if the party goes along with the path it trod in 2019, victory will not be certain and they will be heading towards defeat. When party leader Ranil Wickremesinghe attempted to leave the discussion midway, a tense situation erupted. Thereafter, General Secretary of the United National Party, former Minister Akhila Viraj Karyavasam, provided a clarification on the incident. General Secretary of the United National Party, former MP Akhila Viraj Karyavasam, observed that whenever an election is close at hand, quarrels on the party leadership erupt. He pointed out that as a party, they are against such outdated politics. He noted that the United National Party is a gentleman's party.
Meanwhile, the program organised by the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna adhering to health and safety guidelines to raise awareness amongst local government representatives and activists ended successfully. Over the weekend, 147 meetings were conducted covering the entire island. The meetings were conducted maintaining social distancing and with the participation of a designated number of attendees. The Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna also took steps to check the body temperatures of the participants and also provide face masks and facilitate hand washing and hand sanitizing. Party activists were educated on election activities and on adhering to health and safety guidelines on election day and thereafter as well.
The second round of local elections in France is set to take place on June 28th. According to foreign news, France, which has been battered by the threat of coronavirus pandemic in the Eurozone, has reached a decision to conduct the local elections with the aim to maintain and ensure the democratic framework of the country. The 2020 French municipal elections were scheduled to be held on March 15th and March 22nd to renew the municipal councils of approximately 35,000 French communes. The first round took place on March 15th, but the second round has been postponed to June 28th. Due to the 2020 coronavirus pandemic, France Prime Minister Edouard Philippe confirmed that the final round of mayoral elections will go ahead on June 28th at the end of COVID-19 lockdown period while adhering to strict health guidelines in the country. Accordingly, the second round of votes for nearly 5,000 cities and towns will be conducted on the rescheduled date to determine their respective mayors.
The Geological Surveys and Mines Bureau states that a control price will be determined for sand. Chairman of the Bureau, Anura Walpola, states that this measure will be taken to prevent sand traders and permit holders from selling sand for higher prices. Speaking over the telephone to Rupavahini, Chairman of the Geological Surveys and Mines Bureau, Anura Walpola, said it has been observed that the sand transportation permit, which is obtained upon a payment of 106 rupees and 20 cents, is sold for around 6,000 rupees, and this results in tipper owners suddenly fluctuating the price of sand after it is transported to Colombo. He further stated that the President has issued an order to suspend all active sand transportation permits in order to bring down the price of sand. He further stated that thereby he has taken steps to suspend all permits to errant sand traders found selling sand at higher prices. He added that the objective is to enforce a control price at district level within the next 2 weeks. Meanwhile, the number of COVID-19 patients to be discharged from hospitals after having fully recovered currently stands at 990. Currently, 848 patients are undergoing hospitalized treatment. Today, 40 new confirmed cases were reported. Amongst the newly confirmed cases reported today, 10 persons are Navy personnel, whilst 4 are returnees from India. According to the report issued by the Epidemiology Unit, as at 10 a.m. today, within the past 24 hours, 49 COVID-19 patients were discharged upon recovery fully. Yesterday, 21 new confirmed cases were reported, out of which 16 were returnees from Kuwait, while 2 were returnees from London, another 2 were from Qatar, within 1 returnee from Bangladesh.
Testifying before the Presidential Commission on Political Victimization for the 4th day, Chairman of the Avant-Garde, Nishanka Senadpati, stated that good governance regime during its term deployed its movement to arrest the incumbent President Gotabaya Rajapaksa and the incumbent Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. Meanwhile, then Superintendent of Magazine Prisons Emil Ranjan Lamaheva also testified before the Commission today. Then Superintendent Emil Ranjan Lamaheva appeared before the Commission today to record evidence pertaining to the incident that occurred at Valikara prisons in 2012. The witness stated that there was a notion that the incumbent President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, who was then Defence Secretary, executed the incident. The witness further stated that former Minister Thalitha Atkoral, who
who was media advisor of then Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, and Mervyn Silva, had demanded a disclosure on who commanded the transpiring of the incident. Thereafter, the chairman of Avantgarde, Nishanka Senadipati, testified before the commission, commencing the question. Presidential counsel Kuera de Souza queried whether the Avantgarde chairman as to whether former President Mahinda Rajapaksa was aware of his business. In response, the witness stated that he had made then President Mahinda Rajapaksa aware of the foreign exchange earned through his business, and former President had advised him on Sri Lanka benefiting from the total revenue earned by his enterprise. Thereafter, the commission questioned as to whether the Security Council was aware of this business activity. The witness responded stating that the then Security Council was aware of the Maritime Security Company's activities. The Avantgarde chairman further stated he always functioned within the state mechanism and state officials, and he has never attempted to obtain approvals through political means for Avantgarde. Testifying further before the commission, the witness also stated the former President Maithripala Sirisena, when he held the portfolio of Health Minister, had requested in writing a known group to be granted jobs at the Maritime Security Company. The witness added several ministers of the good government's regime had also made such requests. The Avantgarde chairman further stated the former minister, Dr. Rajit Senaratne, when he held the portfolio of Fisheries Minister, had a secretary who carried out fishing business by deploying multi-day fishing vessels under the name of Blue Ocean. He said that officers of his maritime security company were deployed on security duties pertaining to those Blue Ocean fishing vessels. Avantgarde chairman added that after it was known that the fishing enterprise was illegal, steps were taken to withdraw the security staff of his maritime security company. Avantgarde chairman Nishanka Senadipati stated before the commission that since then, Dr. Rajit Senaratne has been attempting to gain revenge on him, and also pointed out that one of the main reasons for the GSP Plus concession to be lost to the country was this type of illegal fishing. That's it for tonight's English News Update. Thank you for joining us. Good night.